Everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and taking some time out of your day to join me as we talk some movie news here on the channel. So in this episode of Review Flicks, we're going to be talking about The Strangers Chapter 1, which is a soft reboot to The Strangers, which came out in 2008. It's a kind of home invasion kind of slasher movie. We're going to be diving into the new trailer that's just been released and talking about all the up-to-date information regarding the movie. So guys, if you are new around here, consider hitting that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the movie and streaming news we have going on the channel. And with that down, we're going to be jumping into this article here from comicflicknews.com. So, The Strangers Chapter 1, new trailer lands online, the masked invaders are back. So Lionsgate unveils the first trailer for the upcoming horror prequel, The Strangers Chapter 1, featuring a younger iterations of the masked home invaders targeting a vacationing young. So for me guys, I'm really looking forward to this. The Strangers kind of chapter 1, 2 and 3. It looks like we're having a trilogy here, which is great. The first Strangers movie came out in 2008 and it was absolutely incredible. Guys, if you have not seen The Strangers, the 2008 movie, make sure you watch it. It's a really decent home invasion movie. Super creepy, super atmospheric. And the home invaders, the costumes are just simple masks, but they're so creepy. And like I said, the atmosphere in that first movie is really great. Watch it if you haven't seen it yet. So, the first trailer here for The Strangers Chapter 1 is out, making a departure from its original reboot concept to a prequel or soft relaunch. So with a focus on younger iterations of the masked killers from the original film, the tagline hints at a chilling tale as a couple faces off against home invaders during a stay at a secluded Airbnb. And we have an image here from the upcoming Strangers Chapter 1, and it's just a very simple image, but it's so creepy. And sometimes the most simplest of images or posters can really, get the mind turning. And this simple image here of one of the masked invaders from The Strangers just looking for a window into a building where the couple are staying in the movie, it's just super creepy. The fact that the place where you're living or staying should be, it should be secure, it should be safe, it should be, your home comforts. And the fact that people are invading your personal space, your house, it's just really chilling, really creepy. And I really love the design of these characters of the home invaders. I mean, this mask is just a simple sack on someone's head, but it just looks creepy as anything. And it's really great. I hope that they do justice to these movies, and I can see the home invaders becoming like the next kind of horror icons, joining sort of like Jason Voorhees and Leatherface. I hope they become that popular because that first movie, like I said, back in 2008, was so good, and I hope they can build on the same quality from that movie. The sequel to the 2008 movie, not so good. I wouldn't waste your time with it, but definitely check out the 2008 film if you haven't seen it yet. And this great poster, absolutely love it. So initial impressions aren't promising though. While not expecting a horror masterpiece, that's not what we really expect from a horror movie, is it? To be honest, we don't go in expecting Shakespeare or an Oscar caliber performance. We just want some great atmosphere, some chilling moments, some great kills, all that kind of stuff, from a horror film. So the trailer feels disappointingly generic. I do get that to some degree. There are points in the trailer where you're kind of like, okay, it's just another home invasion. It's just another generic paint-by-numbers slasher. But the thing that's really keeping me on the edge of my seat, I keep going back to that 2008 movie that was so good. And I just really hope they can build on that. So even recycling a memorable line from the first movie, well, it is a soft reboot, so I can understand why they're going to keep some of the great moments from the first movie. I do get that. So the cast compromises relatively unknown people. I don't mind that in movies. I actually like giving unknown actors a chance to, kind of spread their wings, do their stuff in these great horror movies, and then hopefully they can make a name for themselves, And a director, Rennie Harlin's horror credentials, including The Exorcist: The Beginning. That movie was not well received. I liked certain parts of it, but yeah, that movie really wasn't well received. Nightmare on Elm Street 4. And they don't inspire much confidence. Yeah, that's not going to inspire a lot of confidence between, the main, for the main, audience, movie-going audience, I should say. But then again, this movie could break the trend. It could be something decent, so we'll have to wait and see. Interestingly, Harlan shot the entire trilogy back to back, setting the stage for what could be a chilling exploration of the Strangers' origins. This is the thing that kind of worries me though, reading into this. The Strangers, the thing that makes them so creepy is the fact that these home invaders have just randomly broke into this house. They're terrorizing these people. Where did they come from? Why are they doing it? Who are these people? What are their motivations? The fact that we don't know the answer to any of these questions is what makes these home invaders all the more creepy. And it's kind of like, you know, talking about their origins, where they come from, and, you know, what their purpose is and their motivations. It's going to unveil that cloud of mystery, and it's going to take away the element of creepiness from the characters. That's what I fear anyway. Hopefully that's not the case, but that's kind of one of the big fears that I have. So this quote here comes from the director. So, it was the challenge of a lifetime, but I also really embraced it, he said in a recent interview. On Monday morning, I could be shooting the second chapter, and Monday afternoon, I could be shooting the first chapter, and Tuesday morning, I could be shooting the third chapter. It was incredibly demanding for the actors, for the continuity in terms of the makeup and wardrobe, and for my director of photography, because we wanted to create a visual language that develops so that the movies get bigger and more epic as we go on. It just kept all of our juices pumping all of the time. That's great, yeah, I mean, but filming 3 movies back to back, that's got to be, you know, really mind-boggling to kind of, you know, one day be shooting chapter 1, and then the next day shooting chapter 3, and then the next day chapter 2. It must be really kind of befuddling to kind of, you know, keep it all up to date where you are and who's doing what. But the fact that they shot 3 films back together, back to back, it makes sense. It saves a heck of a lot of money. You don't have to, you know, go into production on one and then all the cast and crew leave and then you have to hire them back and so on and so on. You keep the cast and the crew in the same production for all 3 movies, shoot them back to back. You save a hell of a lot of money. And movies like this, they don't require a lot of visual effects and stuff like that. So a lot of these, you know, these kind of low budget horror movies can be made on the cheap. They can be made quick and, you know, it just saves money. It makes a lot of sense to shoot them all at the same time. The actual synopsis for the movie: Maya drives across the country with her longtime boyfriend Ryan, that happens to be my name, as the pair begin a new life together in the Pacific Northwest. Along the way, their car breaks down in Venus, Oregon, as they are forced to spend the night in an isolated Airbnb home. Through the night, they are terrorized by 3 murderous masked strangers. Who are these strangers? Where do they come from? What do they want? What are their motivations? This is all the kind of stuff that, you know, keeps this kind of material compelling, for me at least. But yeah, so we have a screenshot here from the upcoming movie as well, which is really, really creepy. I love it. It's kind of reminiscent of the 2008 movie. There was a scene where the people of the house that got broken into, they were sat in these chairs, tied to these chairs, and the strangers were kind of just stood in front of them, kind of ominously staring at the couple whose house they broke into. And it seems like they're doing the same here in this movie. And yeah, just this guy, like the costume, it's not really a costume, it's just simple clothing. And then the guy's just got a sack on his head. Sounds kind of funny, but this, seeing this kind of just simple design for a horror kind of icon like this, it's all the more creepy. The guy's just wearing a sack on his head. And as I say, the motivations for what he's doing, you know, why is he doing what he's doing? Why is he terrorizing this couple? What is the reasons? You know, and it's just creepy as hell, but I love it. I love the design. I call him Sackboy. But mark your calendars for May 17th, 2024, as Lionsgate's films bring The Strangers Chapter 1 to theatres. Keep an eye out for Chapter 2 and Chapter 3, both slated for release later the same year. So they're all coming out in the same year. Chapter 1 to theatres, keep an eye out for Chapter 2 and 3, both slated for release later that same year. So we're getting all these movies in the same year. That's crazy. Surely they have to be releasing some of them around, you know, Halloween time. I would assume Chapter 2 or 3 is going to come out around October time. That would make sense. So now that you know the cast and release date, are you excited to watch Strangers Chapter 1 and its subsequent chapters? Who are you most looking forward to seeing on screen? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Yeah, guys, so that's kind of where we are. That's just a bit of kind of news about what's going on with the new Strangers Chapter 1 movie. I'm really, really looking forward to it, but the only reason I would say that I'm looking forward to it, as I keep going back to, that 2008 movie was so good. One of the actresses in there, the main actress, she played a character in Lord of the Rings. Galadriel, I think she played in Lord of the Rings, if I'm not mistaken. And she's a fantastic actress. But like I said, go back and watch that 2008 movie, guys. It's so good. But yeah, the trailer does look a bit paint by numbers, but I'm still looking forward to it. I love a good slasher. I love the costumes. I love the design of the invaders. And like I say, this poster here, creepy as hell. But guys, jump into the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. Is this a movie that you would be excited to watch? Have you seen the 2008 version? What did you think of it? And just let me know your general kind of overall thoughts on this franchise. Is it something that you're anticipating? Something you don't care about? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know. And I will see you soon.